The scene is all cleaned up now, but just after 3 o'clock, a small school bus flipped over on its side here at the intersection of 4th Avenue and 1st Street. Ray, you can see behind me, it's still very much an active scene. Police trying to figure out exactly what led up to this shooting. While many of these volunteers joined the bird count as a recreational activity, there is a scientific component to it. I'm told their results go a long way in the preservation of our environment. Neighbors we spoke to also said that they've been in the cold for far too long. Tenants here argue that they lived up to their end of the bargain by paying their rent, but they say that Pillar has failed to provide the living conditions they deserve, and for that, he should pay up. This is part of newly imposed FAA restrictions prohibiting U.S.-based airlines from flying to a region that has seen violence escalate by the day. That's right, you can see behind me the yellow caution tape that was put up to protect people from injuring themselves by this glass, which was scattered all over the sidewalk and onto the street after being shattered from this bus stop. But this isn't the only one that was damaged. I drove down Story Avenue and found 6 of the 7 bus shelters along the BX5 were also shattered in an apparent act of vandalism. One person I spoke to said he saw even more closer to Hunts Point. A couple of things to note is that they appear to be stops for buses headed toward Pelham Bay, and the one shelter that was curiously spared just happens to be right down the block from the police precinct. I spoke to some commuters waiting for the bus, and their reactions ranged from confusion to downright frustration.
Because people do a lot of hard work to keep these up.
It's horrible. I mean, these people here, they have nothing better to do with their life. They're destroying property, and it's just costing us more money. It doesn't make any sense.
This is your neighborhood. Like, treat it with respect. It's convenient to the fact that they're giving you a space to stand when it's cold, when you're waiting for the bus, and people just take that for granted.
People in the area clearly not happy with whoever did this. Reporting in Soundview, Tony Chau, News 12 The Bronx. Visitors lean in and sniff at an exhibit on display at the new Museum of Food and Drink, or MoFad.
This is not your typical museum. We blend a lot of, let's say, old school elements like compelling artifacts and a really great story, but we've also added some things that other museums really don't do.
Things like tasting tablets and scent machines, offering guests a chance to explore the museum using more than just their eyes.
People should be able to taste and smell and also touch and, of course, see at the museum because that's central to our experience of food.
This scent curator is just one of the exhibit's interactive displays. It allows visitors to create a scent by combining a variety of very different scents. So if I combine orange peel and nail polish remover, it smells like orange soda. Though it may be interactive and fun, the founders of MoFad hope the museum is more of an educational experience.
What we want people to come away from, in particular from MoFad, is a sort of a new sort of curiosity about the food that they're eating.
And that's just the takeaway Brendan O'Brien, who traveled down from Connecticut to see the museum, got from his visit.
Next time I look at the ingredient list and I see natural flavors, I'll think of all the chemicals I learned about here and what really goes into your food and how they can create different tastes.
The exhibit will be on display until the end of February. In Williamsburg, Tony Chau, News 12 Brooklyn.